Hello, my name is Sin, and this is a snapshot of Akiba's trip, Undead and Undressed. Now this game came out on August the 12th, 2014 for the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3 in North America. Now, first of all, my data, first clear, 5 hours, 18 minutes, but right now, I'm at 7 hours. Just for the record. Did I load the wrong one? No. Yeah, I think I loaded the wrong one. It was supposed to be the second save file. Either way, this is... I'll just use the third save file. This is 3 different games, sort of. It's partially a brawler, partially a visual novel, and partially, well, Akihabara. Like, that is actually a major aspect of it. So first of all, let's do what we usually do. Options menu, because options are fun. There's some important stuff in here, though. Now, language settings, you do have Japanese and English voice, as well as text. I would just like to quickly comment on voice. Voice acting in English is pretty okay. It's not amazing, but it's pretty okay. I mean, at the start, you might think it's a bit janky, but later on, to me, it grew on me. I would like to just point out as well the character Nana, your little sister. In Japanese, she sounds like a little sister. If you've ever watched any anime, played any games, you know the deal there. But in English, she sounds different. The voice acting actually gives her a completely different character from the Japanese one. To me, I actually like the quirkiness of the English voice acting, which is why I leave it on, and as well for you guys so that you can sample it, but I prefer that. You have 4 different control schemes. I'm just showing you them to you on the screen now. Personally, I prefer defaults because defaults are awesome. Camera controls, just inversion. Like, yay. For some reason, there's no camera sensitivity available. I mean, the camera, by default, the sensitivity is fine, but it would have been nice to have sensitivity. Sound. Now, you have background music, sound effect, voice, fairly standard. There's also street movie. I think you can hear it now. There are various movies that play while you're just walking around the world. This allows you to adjust the volume of them. If you so desire, you can also just completely mute them. But anyways, I like defaults because defaults are awesome. Now display, these are all mostly pop-up sort of things. Damage indicator, experience indicator, whether or not it's like, oh, you gained experience. Counter guide, I believe that's the red icon that shows above enemies' heads when they're about to do an attack. Load screen ads. I would also like to bring this up. During load screens that don't involve walking between zones, in other words, if you use the quick travel feature, the load screen will feature a real ad, as in a company either paid money or they paid them, I'm not sure which, but a real company with a shop in Akihabara has their ad in the loading screen. If you don't want to see them, you have the option to turn them off. It's nice that they have this here, even though I personally like having the ads for reasons that I'll explain later. Map UI, this is having little icons all over the place, so it indicates where a shop is, indicates where a zone transition is, stuff like that. Helpful if you're trying to find your way around. Turn this off if you want immersion or screenshots. Smartphone wallpaper, well, one of them is displayed in the background right there. I'm not going to show you anymore because spoilers like crazy, but smartphone wallpaper is the in-game smartphone use one of the still CG images. Bonus features. These, I believe, are only unlocked during New Game Plus, which is what I'm currently using right now. You can change the character model sizes. I'm just going to giganticize for no good reason. Hint for affection changes. This is, again, tying into the visual novel. This will basically tell you this will modify their relationship status, and this will do absolutely nothing. By the way, if you were just playing this for the first time, the game will still indicate that an affection change will happen, because when you pick the right choice for somebody, whoever the hell it is, you will get a sound prompt that will tell you, oh, it's the right thing, but this will give a clear label saying, this will increase the relationship points with this girl. Yeah, again, visual novel. I'm leaving that off, but giganticize for a little bit, just because why the hell not? Like, yay, everyone is now larger. Although, giganticize does kind of screw with the camera, but then again, it's like, clearly I'm too large for everything. You can also miniaturize everyone. Let's go back into the menus and turn that off because that's going to be a pain in the ass. Alright, rest of the menus. I'm going to skip most of these because, seriously, change equipment. Let's go to change equipment first. Quickly explain a few things. Now, you have weapon slot, first slot. Then head, torso, legs. Those are armor slots. Feet, which is purely cosmetic. And then feet, it's an accessory symbol. It's just accessories in general, because this is glasses, even though it looks like a necklace. Then there is your strip animation. This is completely cosmetic. Your walk animation, not your run animation, just your walk animation, as well as your underwear. When it comes to changing the equipment of your partners, that is not unlocked until New Game Plus. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna quickly put on all the default crap as soon as I can find it. Yeah, put on default crap. Where the hell are you? I don't know. Where the heck? Oh, there. Okay. So yay, that's default equipment. You can also customize the strip animation and the walk accessories of your partners, but you can barely see the strip animation. And the walk animation, again, you can barely see that as well. Status, let me just check if I forgot anything. Shows you your experience, how much to your next level. Attack and defense, they are increased by leveling up, just beating up enemies, basically. But overall, I found that it doesn't really affect too much, because I've never really noticed even high-end equipment not really helping that much unless you're using high-end equipment against really low-level enemies. I mean, high-level equipment against high-level enemies means you just break in 2 hits instead of 1. I'm not sure why. Equipment is what you have currently equipped. Strip skills. What strip skills effect is, when you strip off a piece of clothing, I'll have to show that in combat, obviously, but when you strip off a piece of clothing, will it create an item drop? That's what it does. It doesn't actually affect anything like your ability to strip it off quickly, or strip it off, or deal more damage, or anything like that. No, it's just, if you strip it, will it create an item drop, or will it be destroyed? So, various different types of equipment. You can usually tell based on the enemies. I'll talk to that after combat. Items, just consumable items that give you buffs. That's basically it. Help save load, as well as go back to thing. Camera, I'll have to show you later. Email and Pitter, these are mostly fluff. There's just stuff that's happening in the world. Pitter in particular, though... Pitter in particular is something that really fleshes out like what the world is all about, and it just tells you, oh, this, that, and the other. It's like, there's this place there, blah, blah, blah. And it gives characters as well. Also, the characters responding in the Pitter feed, haha, it's definitely not Twitter, but still, those are actually characters in your party, in Mogra, the main character party sort of thing. Those characters actually do respond in here, but you have to kind of figure it out on your own. Which is nice, it's a part of the story. Camera is a combat feature. Side missions are side missions, which I will quickly grab now, actually. Did I... Fuck. Did I already do it? No. Oh, I think it expired. Fuck. Alright, whatever. Let's just do Overzealous Fanboy, because why not? Let's accept a mission, real quick. And then we'll run off and go do that and do combat. Records are records. I don't have to tell you about that. Encyclopedia just tells you a whole bunch of stuff. So let's do the side mission. Where the fuck do I go again? Radio Kaikon. Alright, so press select to fast travel. You can just fast travel like that. You can also see the pink indicator over there. Those are, you walk through. You can just walk, and you get this sort of portal. It sort of stalls a little bit. For some reason, on my regular game, you actually had the ability to fast forward through that animation, even though it didn't actually make anything load faster. I think it's like either a bug or a exploit with a system where you can just do it before a story cutscene or something. I don't know, but whatever. All right, let's find this person. First annoyance of the game, though, it's, well, unit culling. I wouldn't really call it unit culling, I guess, but even so, it's a case of how should I say it? The environment loads first, then the people load second. So what happens is, if you're looking around for a quest objective, particularly if it's a person, you may accidentally run straight past them, and then the character will load afterwards. If you can sort of see the dark outlines over to the left there, like they look like man and woman symbols, and if you move closer to them, you can see that they turn into people. Those are the units that are supposed to get culled. It's a case of draw distance, but it doesn't actually do the culling if, for example, you're up against a swarm of enemies, which is kind of annoying, and that in particular tanks the frame rate. Like having lots of that, like having lots of units on the screen really tanks the frame rate. Also, yeah, you see how this guy was right in front of the station, but we completely missed him because he didn't load earlier? Yeah. Anyways, it's... Hey! Dude, what the fuck? Dude! Dude! Seriously. There we go. And yeah, there are also a bunch of dud dialogue options and stuff, but you just want to go through it. Causing problems for everyone. Problems? What do you mean? And then you start to fight. Now, here's how the combat system works. You have high, middle, and low attacks. You also have special moves, again for high, middle, and low, as well as, if I get this input right, nope, got it wrong. It's hard to get the input, but basically what you're supposed to do is walk directly away at the right time, and you're supposed to do a charge-up attack where you flash red and something. You also have counter-attacks, although I'm gonna have to convince this guy to start attacking me. You can see the red indicator, he starts attacking me. If I can time this right. Nope, I did not time that right, whatever. You can counterattack. Nope, still can't do it properly. God damn it. Okay, whatever, let's beat the snot out of this guy. Anyways, you're supposed to deal damage to the high, middle, and low parts. And then afterwards, you hold down high, middle, or low button to grab them. If they're low enough, you will strip, like this, and that's my strip animation. If you have multiple parts at low damage, then you can chain strip by following that QTE. And after you strip all their clothing off, then they will either run away or they'll do something else. Or in the case of synthisters, I can't fucking pronounce that, those guys will vanish into thin air. You know, just find more people to kill. Right now, we have the camera out. The point of the camera is you're supposed to take photos. Let's see. Nope. There we go. If you see someone flickering like that in a photo, that's a synthesizer. Fuck, I hate that word. What you're supposed to do to start random fights is walk up to them, press circle, and just tap them. Some of them will run away, some of them won't. Also, for example, you see this artillery. There actually was a quest earlier where we're supposed to beat them up, but you can see it's not a synthesizer, right? Doesn't fucking matter. Fuck you, artillery.
Why? We fight.
You can beat the snot out of them anyways. Again, if you haven't completely damaged their body part, you do get that this little mini game here. You basically mash the same button that you grab with. So for example, if you grab middle, then you have to mash the circle button or whatever the heck the middle button is in your button config. Mash low. Does she have a high slot? I don't think so. You can sort of, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there is a sort of a hitting a frying pan sound if you attack a slot that doesn't have a piece of clothing equipped or piece of clothing removed. Either way, screw artilleries. They were a pain in the ass in another side quest. Yeah, come on. There we go. Strip you, strip you. And then they run away. Also, you can see over here, bottom right corner poster pickup, as well as the black pumps. That is, as I mentioned earlier, the strip skills. You can pick those up as well. Let's see here. Should I go on to the story mission or not? It's early enough in the story. You know what? Let's stick to Akihabara first, then we'll save story spoilers for the very end of the video. Other thing you can do is walk into stores. So in this case, it's Gamer's main store. These are actual real stores in Akihabara, so walk in there. Now you notice the character on the right. I found that there are 3 tiers to the shopkeepers. Tier 1 is 2D piece of CG, like something like this. It's usually the store's mascot of some description. Like, they just submitted whatever the hell their store mascot is, and then, I swear to God, that kid actually looks creepy, even by anime standards. But anyways, they submitted their character, and then you get to show that. There's tier 2, where it's a generic 3D model character, but it has the company's logo on their shirt or something like that. And then there's tier 3, which is a completely generic character. So, you can buy weapons, equipment as well. For some reason, there is no preview equipment option in here. I don't know why they didn't do that, because a lot of this stuff is in the shops is mostly for cosmetic reasons, especially weapons and armor. There's also, you can buy consumables and do different stuff. Some consumables can also give you other bonuses. Let's sort this. Sort upgraded. Go to the bottom. You can also sell the stuff that you pick up off the ground. You do it by doing left and right. I'm not sure why. I don't want to accidentally sell. Okay, save the radio tower, poster, high quality, anti-material. Where the hell did that... There we go. Donation box is all the way at the bottom. Save the donation box, sell everything else. Anyways, you can sell everything in your inventory, basically. And you can also see in the background, it has a nice picture of what the store is. Let's fast travel somewhere else. I can also show off Chunk Street. Side streets? I'm gonna go side streets. You can also show off, these are the advertisements that show up in between. And no, that's not my mouse cursor from DX Story. That's actually a mouse cursor on the ad. Let's see here. Tsukumo. Tsukumo also has the 2D mascot. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Kotobukaya. I actually have 2 model kits from these guys. This is, again, the tier 2 employee, because you can see it's a fairly generic looking 3D model, but at the same time you can also see the logo and the picture in the background, fairly high res. Just get out of here real fast. Let's see, what else am I missing? Where's the other one I wanted to show? I planned this out, I should remember this. I think it was K-Books. Was it K-Books? What was this? Super Potato, probably.
Welcome.
And then this is, like, in the background you can't see any logos. The employee is completely generic. Yeah, I felt that that was actually important to bring up. The different types of shopkeeper. Because it kind of highlights something. It's like, some people, either they paid more or got paid more to have better presence. You can even tell from the texture quality in the background that some of them were just given more emphasis than others. Let's find one other thing in Akihabara, if I can find any. What I'm looking for is a person giving out flyers, because after that I'm going to go into the Encyclopedia. Can't remember if there are any on the side streets. Should be at least one. There we go. Let's see if I can get shop assistants. Talk to the shop assistant, you will get a real flyer. Now let's back to the menus. Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia will show you a whole bunch of stuff. Weapons, armor, accessories, etc. Items and stuff you've obtained. Also, you have nicknames. People will like literally random people running around will actually respond to various different nicknames you have equipped. And these are earned through various means. Some of them achievements, some of them achievements trophies, some of them quests. Some of them story, and stuff like that. Anti-eco-cycler, why not? Also the strip skills, add flyers. Let's just go down randomly. Oh, this one, since I just got this recently. You can see it's a real advertisement. Yes, I'm advertising some random-ass shop that sells kebabs. But these are real ads. And again, why do I keep bringing up real ads? It's because to me, that is the core of the game. I'm not even kidding. The real Akihabara infesting a game, covering it in ads, to me, is the real game. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. I actually just said that. Because, like, to me, it's Akiba's Strip, not Akiba Strip. Because Akiba Strip would imply that the combat system would be the main game, when, well, in case you never noticed earlier, there's only one enemy type. Even the bosses are just one enemy type. Also, another gripe with the combat, if I can get anybody. Well, yeah, your partner's this. Are you a bad person? No, you are not a bad person. Damn it. Let me find a synthesizer so I can find another gripe to gripe about. There we go. 2 people. Excellent. Punch. Okay. I'm gonna walk over here and I'm just gonna start fighting this person. Right? Like, okay, blah blah blah, I am fighting them. I'm not hitting them, I'm fighting them. Now you notice that the camera actually snaps back in a certain direction if you move too close to one of the zone boundaries. See, like that. That is a pain in the fucking ass because every single fight you do can run into a zone boundary. Also, what's really funny is if you stand on a zone boundary and then do a cutscene attack, for example, the dual strip. Well, not the dual strip, but I believe it's regular stripping as well. Yeah, just regular stripping. Normally you get the proper stripping cutscene, but if you do it in one of those zones, the cutscene never plays. It just kind of like pretends it didn't exist and it glitches out and it's hilarious. I don't know, the combat system to me is just... My initial impression of the combat was that it was terrible. Now my impression is just that it's sort of there and kind of okay and becomes tolerable once you get better equipment, but it sucks donkey balls when you start off out. Anyways, enough of stalling. Onwards to the visual novel segment. Attention, story spoilers ahead. It's not major, but I have to mention it now. So get out of here before the thing loads. Just on a really random note about Kotobukaya, I've got a M9 from Full Metal Panic and a LFO from Eureka 7. So, yay.
No question. They're synthesters. Let's take care of them before a crowd gathers.
Alright, mob fights. Yay. I'm just gonna show off the fact that all these fights are the fucking same. In fact, this is probably gonna be a pain in the ass to complete, because all fights are the fucking same. Another thing that I didn't really get to show you earlier because there weren't enough enemies is the lock-on system. It's very hard to describe because, well, how do you change your lock-on? This is how. Oh, fuck. Stupid corners. See what I meant about the corners? The way you do it is you run away, then run towards them again. Because if I don't, for example, if I adjust the camera like this, you can see how it's not changing enemies. So, for example, I'm just going to block and just start sidestepping like crazy, because otherwise it'll change. You can see how I'm always going to be attacking the same enemy no matter which way I face the camera. Even if I focus camera on that character over there, nope, I'm still going to be attacking in this direction. The only way to do it is to move, turn around, walk back, and then hope it locks onto the character you want. And so they'll frequently dodge, other characters will get in the way. The lock-on system is so bad. I mean, granted, a traditional use button to change lock-on system would be really hard to do, especially in the larger swarms. But even so, it's just... No, this system is just... like, it's incredibly convoluted to get done what you need to get done. Also, when you chain strip enough people, then you look at this cutscene, and you will rip their underwear off, and they will glow for the sake of all the kitties. I'm not sure if there's a different version that doesn't have the gigantic glowingness, but either way. Also, if you do a dual strip in a mob of enemies, first of all, you have to break his clothes off. What happens is you stun all enemies around you. Let's see if we get the frame drop here. It was not as noticeable. It's more noticeable in very large Zergs. But what also tends to happen in that particular cutscene is you tend to get a lot of frame dropping just because of all the particle effects flying around everywhere. There we go, that was a charge attack I was talking about earlier. Ah, stupid camera! And that right there is the strip animation bugging out because of the crappy camera. And then now it shows up properly. And battle over. Normally after this, what you do is you press L, put away your weapon, and then quickly run around grabbing all the crap. Can't run from battle with weapon drawn? What are you talking about? My weapon is not drawn. Cutscene.
No word yet from the rest of the team, I take it. It seems Amo has yet to show himself then. I believe his claim was accurate. He is very distinctly separate from the other synthesters. Our current training may not be enough to defeat him. Yet if we don't, peace will never return to Akiba. You were a mystery to me. You always keep your head held high, no matter how bleak the road ahead may look. If you can believe in a happy ending, then I will try my best to do the same. Is that your cell phone?
Hey, we're at the plaza north of the Electric Town exit. We found some pretty shady-looking people. They definitely fit the profile anyway. Get over here as soon as you can.
The plaza? Come on, let's go.
I would also like to take this opportunity to talk about the Japanese voice acting, not the English. Because the English, you say, oh, that was kind of flat, dry. If you've heard Shizuku's Japanese voice actress, it sounds the same. I'm not even kidding about that. Like, Shizuku, it sounds really flat in English, but it sounds pretty flat in Japanese as well. I'm not going to bother showing it to you because then I had to completely reload the game and crap, but still. So anyways, with all that out of the way, and you also got a taste of the visual novel aspect when you heard the ping sound when I picked the dialogue option. How should I put it? Would I recommend this game? I'm going to answer that question by asking another question. Would you like to go to Akihabara? At some point in your life, or alternatively, have you already been to Akihabara? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because if you are the sort of person who would want to go there, this is the game that will take you there. Now that's cheesy as fuck. But that sort of person is in the same interest group that would want a game like this. Because, well, the combat system is meh. The visual novel aspect, as much as I like waifus, like, seriously, it's also kind of average. And so what you're really playing it for is Akihabara and stuff like that Miku song that popped up for a second in the background. Or, yeah, you can hear it better now. I'd better not do that or I'm gonna hit with a copyright strike. But seriously, like stuff like the background music, stuff like the background video, like all sorts of other stuff, like the ads in between loading screens. These are the sorts of things that actually kept me playing for those 7 hours. Because without that stuff, it's merely average at combat, merely average at being a visual novel. Oh fuck, that's a stupid slot machine ad, whatever. Get away from that, screw that. Either way, it's just like, Akihabara is what makes this game special. And I would even say, go as far as to say, oh crap, wrong button. Go as far as to say these side missions, you know, stuff like talking down that guy, there's also stuff like hunting down the stuff someone wants, and all sorts of other things. Like, these side missions, to me, are more the meat of the game than the combat or the visual novel aspect. It's these quirky things, these self-referential things. Like, it's not the overarching plot of, oh, synthesizers, bad thing happens, save the town, because that's generic as fuck. But what I care about is stuff like being self-referential. Like, one character says, oh no, another little sister character, another person says, like, that was amazing, it was so touching, except for the last episode, because they do a anime screening in the main story. And there's a little quirkiness like that are what make the game. To the point where I say it's not what makes the game great, it's just The game is the quirkiness. The game is the little fine details, like showing off all these characters, showing off all these ads, stuff like that. The quirkiness is the game, to me. And the quirkiness is dependent on whether or not you like this sort of Japanese culture thing. Because if you're not, well, why the hell are you still here? So TLDR, it's Akiba's trip, not Akiba strip, because the Akiba stripping is going to disappoint you. My name has been VSin. Thanks for watching.